Yo, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. This is D.O.P. Hope you're doing good. Have you checked my Instagram page? Up into the top I did a pin right there. There's this picture that I did a car grading. It's a beautiful picture. It's like a commercial, I don't know, it's like stuff like that. So I was like, today let me come on my YouTube channel and do a little bit of explanation about this tutorial. And yeah, it's wonderful. And today I also have another great news. On my lesson tutorial, there's these videos that I did color grading just like this one, and right there what I told you guys is that I'm coming with another way of tutorial that I'm going to present. Okay, let me give you a tip. I want to create something differently. I want to have a type of tutorial that I can share with the other people, that I'm going to be with the other students. Listen careful here. I'm going to be with the other students. So in this type of tutorial, I'm going to do every maybe a weekend. I'm going to arrange a day, maybe on Friday, any day that I see, and most of people, they go be free, especially my student members. So we're going to make a tutorial together, like we are doing a live sessions. It's like a live sessions, like a one-on-one, but it's in group sessions. So maybe I'm gonna have choose 10 people members, and then we do a color grading here at the, so they ask me questions, what it is, if we discuss about the skin tone or discuss about something, and then we do some practice together, like, okay, if you want to get this, you should do this, and then I'm listening to the opinions from them. So that's what type of tutorials that I want to create. So if you want to be one of those who we can do tutorial together, like sitting on desks together, talk about something, I think you have a very, very, very free room to come. But remember, to be one of that, you need to buy a masterclass or loot package, so that I can join you to my WhatsApp group for my students, and then WhatsApp for my student, you'll be able to join a class. This is like a one-on-one class, like masterclass, or I don't know what I can say, like live session class, like online courses, but it could be in YouTube, so public, they go see what we were discussing. All right, so let's jump into the color grading. I think you understood what I'm talking about. Let's jump into the color grading. This is D.O.P. Really hope you never subscribe to this YouTube channel. Please, I beg, do so. Click the bell button. Comment that I don't like nasty comments, but comment right there what you feel. Comment with the way you feel to talk, like, okay, if it's good, if it's bad, if you have something in me, I have to fix it. Just talk right there. We gotta discuss about it. All right, so I think this maybe is going to be last. Okay, as you can see into Davinci, we got this footage. Look at this. It's very nice. It's very beautiful. It's clean. Everything is amazing. The way that director shoot this is light enough. Everything is perfect. I love the way they do this shots. Okay, so to me, when I do color grading, first thing before I starting doing my thing, like anything before starting doing things, the way that I calculate the picture and feel like, okay, what type of grading that I want to introduce, first thing that I'm doing is I'm doing a contrast. I push the contrast overall, like pushing there until I starting see the color, and then I increase the saturation. Here is the way that I decided what type of look that I can go with, what the thing that I had to be where, what the type of color space that I can use to make it look more perfectly like the type of look. Okay, in this video, what I decided is, because I see we've got enough separation to the picture, so if I want to create something neutral, it gonna be easy. But to me, I was like, okay, let me try creating something a little bit moody, like because we can say she's happy. So let me create something very joy, like amazing, like you in place that's a beautiful place, like everything is perfect, there's no strange things or problems, everything is amazing, like superbly. So yeah, that's why I decided to create something like that. So the time that I did the contrast, and then next I was like, okay, let me check what type of look I can introduce. This is how I'm just try to fetching the palette or the mood. So what I do is like, okay, I'm trying to twist, like, okay, let me try a warm look, let me try a cold look like this, let me try green one, or let me try something like that, or let me try that neutral. So this is the place that I decided, okay, this type of look is beautiful, like let me try this one, it's beautiful, so let me jeep them. So into this one, after I did the contrast, and then the next thing what I did is just I pushing my picture into this warm pot. So I was like, okay, if I'm going to use a warm touch, it's going to be beautiful. So let me start in my progression, and then I just deleted this one, and then I started creating my look. So the time that I did so, I was like, okay, to get that film, I have to use codec. I didn't know the type of camera, I was just assumed, but mostly these days I love to use Alexa. So I was like, okay, I'm going to use Alexa, because mostly Alexa is giving me a very brightness picture, and I was like, okay, to get the starting point of brightness is beautiful, to get the starting point of film is beautiful. So let me jump into the film stock and try to use a Alexa color sciences, and then boom, this is how I did. You see how Alexa give me the brightness, super bright. So to me, the one of a big thing that I always like to tell myself, like, reducing is more perfect than increasing. You see, getting reduction is good than boosting everything. It's a little bit clashing some stuff. So, but to reduce is about all balance. So yeah, and then I just did a frame stocks. So I was like, this is a very overexposed, but I'm going to fix it. Oh, my color correction. So after doing so, the same process that we always do, like I went to my first, I created the period node, I went to my first node, and then I control exposing, like I putting my exposure into a balanced place, that nice point place. But you see, we have a lot of highlights, but we don't have so much blacks in here, but it looks very nasty. So yeah, all right. So another thing is I just did the contrast. Like, you guys know about this contrast, like it does the contrast, it does the split, but at the same time it doesn't ruin it doesn't ruin my color. And this is what I've done. And then in this also I use HDR global, you guys know about this. And then extracting, what I did is just I used curve to compress the contrast, because it was so much contrast. So I reduced so much of contrast, and I reduced so much of I reduced a lot of highlights as well as a lot of shadows to compress it and to make it like editing way to the 1.28. That's wonderful. So there I can have a decision later, like what type of look I can put, like a lot of shadows, a lot of highlights, maybe in the middle range, tonal range, stuff like that. Yeah, but first I had to compress it to give me room to do my thing. So this is what you can find, like before, after, before and after. This is what I found. Yeah, it's beautiful. So after that, on my temperature, you see, as I told you before, the color was good, the balance was good. Like, as you can see here, is pure white, so which means our white balance is a little bit perfect, and you can see it to her eyes like that. You can see it's white, you can see the blacks, it's pure a little bit, though this is one thing, but you can see still. So the white balance is not that much crazy, but what I did is just I decided to push into the warm tone to starting point of my look, that I want to create it. So that's what I did. I just take my picture and I push it to the warm tone. The tool that I use is just offset, push it to the warm side to make it warmer. So that's my starting point, and then here I increase it saturation. As you can see, look how beautiful, crazy it is, like the skin and everything is come out, you see. But extra thing that I did over here is just I reduced this blue tone, because before was give me some noises. You can see over here is give me some noises. The blue was over because I think maybe the codec, or I don't know, but the filter itself, okay, I don't know, but it's leaking. So yeah, that's why I decided to reduce the blue, and it really gave me a nice result because I didn't like a lot of blue in there. So let's see, this is before, this is after color correction. Look how perfectly we brought our image back to life. Here's the problem. A lot of beginners, they struggle in how to make color grading as pro level. YouTube itself can never pull up to that level. Director Kim came out with a massive masterclass phase 1 and phase 2, which is the phase 1 has 3 parts, and each of the parts has a long hours video. Having an issue with the color senses, color management, creating different looks, fixing problems, how to balance proper your footage, shot matching, dealing with the small budget camera, everything you need to know from Davinci Resolve. Masterclass has deep explanations. If you really struggle with creating look, Director Kim never seen enough till he made it 26 LUTs, which has look DNA and Skintone LUT and color separations. DCTR power grade also available. Director Kim really wants to shift you into next level. Have a permanent mentor who can guide you well to your journey of color grading. He decided to create a WhatsApp group for his own student member. But remember, to join a WhatsApp group, you need to buy one of his products, either Masterclass or LUT package. Now, let's back into the lesson. Okay, so as you can see, I present my LUT package, present my masterclass. Okay, here it is. I don't like this type of questions. People used to come on my box and asking these silly questions like, what is your masterclass? What is a masterclass? Okay, I have 3 or maybe two type of masterclasses. One is offline masterclasses, which is a video that's already created, part 1, part 2, and part 3 for the phase 1. Phase 2 has only 1 part, and it's explained everything about color grading from start to finish. So if you are a beginner, you can start with that. If you are just a middle level, you can just skip in the beginning part and come into another part like part 2. If you are just very balanced enough, you can jump into the part 3. You can see some extra stuff that is being explained. And if you know everything much but you want to upgrade your skills, you can jump into the first 2. That is the type of masterclass that I have. That's all offline. It's a video, that long hours video. On my break, I explain about this. All right. Another way of doing a masterclass is doing a live sessions 101, like we're doing a live tutorial, like you are there, I'm here, and we do. I don't do a meeting physical like this. Maybe when I'm talking about workshop, and it's not like every day. It's just being about to arrange this thing, and I'm not the one creating. It's another company that we just sit down and arrange everything about workshop. I'm not the one preparing workshop. What I'm doing is 101 online. So you're right there. We're using some. This is that connecting us, maybe Zoom, Skypes, or what we call it, teamwork, stuff like that. Maybe any day stuff like that, you can connect together to come into live. That's the type of tutorial that I'm doing, and I spend 3 hours per session. So you pay per session. Like today, you pay for 3 hours. You want more extra data, you pay again. So that's our type of masterclass I'm doing. As well as a LUT packet. That what that LUT packet do is just giving you a look, DNA, and a skin tone. That's all. People come like, all right, Kim, I want your LUT packet, but can I see the image? Bro, I often do a tutorial. You can see the image. Go check out my Instagram. You can see the image. All of those ladies, trust me, I'm using my LUT packet. Let's jump in here. So to my look, decided to looking for the LUT that it's also give me that taste that I want instantly. Like still I'm walking through my mind, like I'm walking through my target, like the way that I think, everything that I touch, I make sure I getting what I wanted at the first time. That's it. So to my LUT, as you can see, I reduced it 0.3. That is my always point that reducing. All right, so another thing what I did is just dealing with the skin tone, because before the skin tone was a little bit annoying. So what I decided is qualify the skin tone and make it look clean. Don't worry about this thing, it's going to be fixed later. All right, so in here what I did is just I qualified the skin tone, you see, and then I just comment to you versus you versus you, and then I push it a little bit into warm side, and then I pull it down the saturation as well. And another thing is I posted a little bit of brightness to make it apply, because it's type of commercial. It's look film, but this is commercial grade. Trust me, it's it's a commercial, but it look film. It's a film grade, but it's commercial. Yeah. So that's what you need to target mostly is the crowds. Make her look beautiful. I don't know what type of commercial it is, but that's what's playing on my mind. And then another thing what I did is just I reduce the I increased the saturation. So the time that I increased the saturation, I did the same thing. I reduced the blue tone. You see, before, this is how the my blues was leaking right there. I think leaking, the reason why is because I don't have that super raw footage. This one is a little bit compressed, that's why we're losing bit rate, that's why we get these noises. But if I had a pure raw material, I think you will never do this thing. All right, so another thing is deal with the skin tone. So I was like, skin tone is red, so let me reduce the skin tone. So it's like I increase the saturation, at the meantime I reduce it again. Don't see me like a crazy. Look at the difference. Is look at before, look at after, look at before, look at after. You see there's something splitting between it. The saturation is not over, even though I increase the saturation and I decrease it, but it's created something. Look at before was like this. It's like it's plain, like nothing splitting between it, but right now it's a little bit vibrant, you know. I just make it, I don't know what I can explain, but I think you understood. And this is the contrast pop, you guys know about this. And this is our look DNA, how we create it. This is before, this is after. Before, after, look how crazy we did over there. This is mental thing, right? All right, so let's go to the texture. All right, so about creating a feather test, like a texture and other stuff like juice sauce, what I did is I qualified this. Let me zoom it. You can see her clothes, it's a little bit look red into here. The color is leaking over there. So what I did is just I qualify this part. I qualify this part, and what I did is I mask. You see the way I qualify it, and I mask as well, so that it can look it can be protected. And then what I did is just reducing that warm, because the time that we got a warm from our temperature, it's also did the same thing into her clothes, and I didn't like the way the clothes is looking warm, so I wanted everything looks very splitted, like. All right, so I've got the warm in here, warm in the background, but her clothes has to be pure. So that's, yeah, you can focus on that as well. All right, one thing that I would love to do a vignette, but I was like, let me not do some. All right, so the next thing is putting the contrast. Like the picture was a little bit washed out, so I was like, okay, let me put a little bit of contrast to make it like nice, dark, and yeah. All right, so another thing is skin saturation. I really wanted to make a very desaturated skin tone, and this is it. You see, before was very warm, and now is a little bit cooler. Yeah, it's look like this type of thing that we see before. It's about to make it to look cleaner. That's what I was focused in my sculpt. As you can see, even my color is just very, very, very less. And then we finish about on the bands to soft everything, and about to creating this film effects like vignettes, highlights, bloom, and grains, putting some grains. And then the last is noise reduction, and this is how my grade look. It's very beautiful, people love it. This is Bowers, come and go, so don't worry about it. It's very lovely, and I kind of love the comments. People say like very nice in touch, and I was like, this one, let me put it on my Instagram pin, so everybody, if you go there, you can see that. All right, so one last thing that I want to share you guys. I tried to do some shots matching in here. This is mostly very, 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 very hard to. This is very hard for a lot of people when they doing color grading to merge everything. Look at everything, looks very amazing. This, let me tell you something, this is not what they looked at the first time I applied my presets. Let me show you guys. All right, so the moment that I finished doing my grades, what I did is just come into this picture and I grab stills. After grab stills, and then I apply to my first grade, like this one. Okay, let me apply it. You can see this is how it look. This is the grade that I got from another clip, and then I apply, and this is how I did the short mention. This is the first one. It's a little bit look similar, not big change, but here let's show you. Boom, this is how it look to another clip. The preset, the way that I apply it look like this, and then this is after correcting everything. And another thing into this shot, let me show you as well. This is how let me apply. This is how it look after applying the grade. This is how it look, and this is after doing a shot matching. As you can see, is much big difference. And another shot is this one. Let me show you. This is how it look after applying the grade, and this is when I finish and I do the shot matching, as well as this one. Let me do so. Boom, this is how it look before shot matching, and this is how it looking after shot matching. As you can see, it was a little bit annoying, not nice, not perfectly, and then I come back twisting this and this. About doing shot matching, I'm going to drop a free master classes on my group student members, but you never late. You can join right now before I jump into that. 2 days after, I'm going to drop free master. I used to drop free masterclass on my group every I get a free time. Like, okay, right now let me go back to my student and so 2 days after this tutorial dropping, I'm gonna create a free masterclass for my student members only, right there to the group, and then they get a link. They will see how to do a show match and magic stuff like that. See, creating this from scratch. So you never late, guys. You never late. You can just starting a membership now, and you'll be waiting about 2 days to get that thing. All right. So another extra thing that I want you to give you something extra. All right. So the moment that I apply the grade from here, from the last script, and then apply to here, I just did my I just did my shot matching. But one thing that's happened done, and I see this problem a lot of people facing, especially when they're using Kodak sometimes. But this one was like that, even though we never used the Kodak. Kodak was not the main reason. This is what's happening is color. There is some leaking of color. Let me take off this noise reduction. There are some leaking of color, and most of people, they think like if you got a leaking of color like that, maybe noise reduction and other stuff, they can. No, it's not like that. One of the things that's making our grade leaking like that is density, like the subtractions, especially when you are using Kodak. It's giving that subtractions, like some lines appearing to the, especially when you have a background that's have a lot of blur. Look at the lines over here. I don't know why, the reason why to do so, but mostly I know that it's a density. The picture that's the luminances was too much, because Kodak is giving you a much of density color, and density color is like putting the luminance down at the time you're increasing the saturation. So if you're putting a saturation too much, you're going to find this leaking thing. So to clean that, what I've done is just, first is I used my curves tools to fix this. So I just selected this part of blue thing, like this one. I just select into this part, and then I reducing the saturations. Another thing is I coming to U versus Luma. I also select this part and increasing the Luma, because the darkness that's the Luma bringing down is giving that, or that's line. So this is how I did. You see, before, you see, look at before, check it over here, look at before. I mean, this is before and this is after. It little bit clean up. You see, this is just sounds crazy. All right, and one extra thing that I did is just I use the band to blend this, and I use also curve to putting more brightness. Look at before, my picture was like this, and look at after, it's make it brighter. So the brightness help out my that's luminosity that I bring. So if you're going to find this a project, this type of error, you can try this way. Maybe it's really going to help you. And what next is I just qualified the type of blue, and then put in my blend, my debunds to clean the banding stuff, and then I just boosting my, you see, if you can see when I take down my brightness, you can see still it over there, even though it's very less. But when I put in my brightness, you can see it's wiped off. So when we also do a noise reduction before, it's super cleaning this image. That is the one of the best thing that I used to clean that thing. If you get that, you can try using this way. Thanks very much for watching this video. This is Director Kim. Hope you really enjoyed the lessons. It's really wonderful. Thank you guys for coming to my channels, and really you enjoyed. I enjoyed learning with you, teaching you, and also learning here. One thing that you don't know, like I'm teaching you at the same time, I'm learning new things in here. You guys make me researching more things. Yeah, that thing upgrade my skills, and I love share with others. See you guys on next episode.